walls, cabinets, bathroom, get it looking like an actual floor plan. Alright? Shelving, we're going to forego. It's not really that user friendly, so you can scratch that off the list there. Okay? But components and stuff, you really need to get that worked on, bless you, and into your project. So as you get to your project, the first thing is to combine all of your apartment units into one AutoCAD file. Alright? From there, you're going to go to the insert, and you can either import that or link it, whichever one you want. Doesn't really matter. From that, my suggestion would be to head to the architectural, head to the wall, cancel. Head to the wall, and then select this lines here, so that you can determine basically which side it's on. Level 2, 3.5 partition. You'll notice I'm up on level 2, so it's going to create it up there. But essentially, just click on lines here to generate your walls. Okay? It's probably the easiest way to convert the DWG into a model for the most part. All right? Once you get there, the first floor can be whatever you want. If you want to make level 2, level 1, go right ahead. But if you want to make it like, a retail space, then you're going to have to break it up into retail shops. Okay? Either way is acceptable. It really doesn't matter in this situation. Once you get there, let's go to level 2 here. First off, you need to come down to one of the elevations and create at least 5 more levels. First off, you have to do it in the elevation view. You'll notice it over here under architecture, there's a toolbar called datum. Once you click on datum, you're allowed to create new lines here, level 6. Now, place it anywhere and then adjust it accordingly. Okay? Do that, then it shows up over here in your project browser. You just copy them. You're not going to get it to show up, and by any means you won't be able to do some very specific things. Okay? Level 2 then. I've been going through, and all I really did was create this first apartment unit, mirrored it into this one, took both of these items and mirrored it into this one. Okay? It's real easy. Just select all the things you want and click on mirror, in this case line, hit the middle line here, and it will line too short. But you'll notice it actually copied it or mirrored it over into this space. Alright? So that would be my suggestion to you. Take the things and mirror them. This one's going to be a different unit, so I'll have some things to deal with here. This is the stairway, so we got some issues there. But for the most part, I could probably take all of these 3 here as much as possible and mirror them across the hall there, so that it saves you time. Okay? For the most part, mirror works very, very well. Certain instances that it does not. Okay? And this is an elevator component. The thing about the elevator, I will send it to you all, so you don't have to look for one. It requires a wall to be inserted into. So you've got to have a wall here, just like doors, where if I come up here to the door command, I've got to have a wall in order to put it into. If you end up stopping the wall short because you think it's going to work that way, say there's a door there and there, you wanted a door in there. The doors don't really work until you have an actual wall, even part of a wall. Okay? So continue these on through and let the door cut the wall for you. Alright? Just like the elevator here. Expect an email from me today with the elevator. It is like any component here. We talked about components last week, except couldn't find them. I can tell you this, now that I was here at like 7:45 trying to figure out where they're located. Computer, C drive. Problem is, you've got to find this program data folder. All right? It is, for the most part, hidden all the time, unfortunately. But all of the stuff is in there. All right? And I will write down some step-by-steps for how to get this program data to show up on your computer for you. Okay? But you got to have it visible first, because all your libraries are in there. Autodesk, RBT, 2016, and then libraries, and then Imperial. Here's where everything is. Casework. If you're talking about cabinets, base, crown mold, any kind of component inside the building that deals with those things, it's under casework, okay? Even countertops. So as we look at casework, you'll notice it's broken down into base cabinets, countertops, shelving, cabinet, tall cabinets, and wall cabinets. All right? And they are specific to exactly what those folders identify them as. If we're looking at base cabinets, you'll notice that vanities deal with bathroom stuff. And your base cabinets up here, you can have 4 doors, built-ins, that accepts all things like ovens or dishwashers. All right? Corner cabinet, double, right? They're made up of a lot of different styles here. And each one, if you go out and install cabinets, they're based on 3-inch increments, starting at 9 inches. So every 9 inch, 12 inch, 15, 18, 21, 24, okay? All the way up to, I think it's 42 is the largest one. After 42, gets into the even foot, 4 foot, 5 foot type of stuff. All right? If you have a dimension that is not based off of a 3-inch increment, you have what's called filler strips right here, which are 3 inches. And you use a table saw and you cut them, and then you attach them to the side of the cabinets to fill in the gaps. Okay? So cabinets are very specific. You install wall cabinets most of the time first. In real life, here it really doesn't matter. You put your base cabinets in if you like, all right? But once you get them in, built-ins, whatever, all right? You know, I think I've already got this installed. They appear in alphabetical order. Here they are, base cabinets. You'll notice, like the doors, they start at 30 inches. Duplicate it, make it smaller if you need a smaller one. All right? Don't mess around with these guys. We put one in. The nice part is they don't require a host, but are installed nicely. If I want to edit it and duplicate it and say I need a, I don't know, 21 inch, I can create it really quickly with 21 inches. There we go, hit OK, and you now have a 21-inch cabinet there. All right? The cursor is attached to the back of the cabinet. There is a front and a back to these things. All right? So pay attention to the orientation here. Once you get done, you'll notice I got some interesting things here. Let's delete that. All right? Back here, let's hide this real quick. Hide the element. I created a countertop here that looks like this. All right? If you do the normal countertop, under cabinet, under load, under back to program, data, and Autodesk, and RBT, and library, and Imperial, and casework, and countertops. You've got very specific countertops here, of which you cannot modify. All right? Plain and simple. You've got straight countertops like this. You got it with a sink. You've got a straight countertop without anything in it. You got another one with an island, flat island one. L shape with a little corner cut, which is new. You never used to have that one. With a sink in it, and with a sink in it, and with a sink in it. You'll notice square edge here. So they're very, very specific. If you need an actual countertop that doesn't fit the shape, all right, I would strongly suggest that you put a floor in. And what I ended up doing was actually coming up here and editing the type, and I duplicated a 4-inch concrete slab, changed it to a marble configuration. With the floor, you can offset it 3 feet off the ground, and you can sketch anything that you want, which makes it really nice. Question?
Yeah, if you use the L shape, like the normal corner countertop, and you're putting the cabinets under the countertop, on the corner where the cabinets intersect, what do you put in that square space? Because obviously you don't want your cabinets to be hidden by the other cabinets at the corner.
In real life?
No, in this. In real life, I'm guessing it's just like a block of nothing.
It is an empty hole.
Oh.
Really? They'll put a 2x4 on the wall to hold up your countertop, and then they will put a cabinet, if it is actually square, they will start a cabinet here. Most of the time they have what's called a blind cabinet, which actually extends further into it. But then you've got the other cabinet butting into it that covers up that blind spot, right? In most cases, it's a corner cabinet like this one that angles, all right?
Yeah.
But if you do have this square component, you've got one that goes on through, potentially all the way to the wall. If it doesn't go all the way to the wall, then they've got just a dead space there.
We can keep it as it's
Either way you want to.
Okay, great.
Up to you. Because you don't have access to the blind cabinets. Okay? So, in a normal situation, if you wanted to do that, you would have a cabinet here. And then you would have one touching right there, basically. And then you've got this big empty space back there. All right? And in real life, what they'd actually do is build a little wall here that goes on over to your wall and put a, like I said, a 2x4 to hold up the countertop, and it would just be dead space, empty, right? So, you've got 2 ways to do it. The nice part about creating this as a floor is that once you do that, you can pretty much sketch anything that you want, okay? If you come in here and do a, oh, I don't know, circular end, sure. And create a nice little circular end, and then come on across here, clip the corner, whatever, okay? So that you can create these shapes any way you want to. If you put another space inside of this, it creates a hole, okay? Or such things as your sink, if you've got one in it. All right, so lots of things can be done with this. The nice part is that as we get over here into the 3D space, there's the cabinet or countertop. Click on it first before you spin it, okay? And you can see it's 3 feet off the ground. Now, strongly suggest you put the cabinets under it first. Get your cabinets placed in there because a cabinet is hosted by a floor. You know, if I come in here and I put in level 2 here, and I actually put a cabinet in then, component, yeah, there we go. Pop this in here, pop this in here, say I wanted cabinets in there. I am guessing, but yeah, see it's hosted by the floor. So, strongly suggest somehow that you get all your cabinets done first and then pop in that free-form countertop the way you want it. Okay? Now, everybody always asks, do I have to do every single part? Okay? At one point, you're going to come across something called level of detail in life, in construction. How much do you do in order to please the client? And that's the ultimate decision every company has to decide. At what level do I stop trying to do everything? I would strongly suggest that you do not do every single apartment, cabinets included, okay? If you're going to show the floor plan, show it as AutoCAD form, because you are all to do the cabinets and bathrooms and everything for your apartment, which means you should have everything done, right? So if I want to see just the floor plan, I'll go to the AutoCAD stuff. If you want to show a 3D space of the apartment, then yeah, you're going to probably have to do that apartment. But there's no need to do every single apartment unless you just mirroring it or arraying it. All right? For space-wise, file size, social life that you're going to need, don't do it. Okay? I would strongly suggest you do one so that you have some interior thing that you can render if you want to do that. Okay? Pick the best apartment, or pick the apartment that you did in AutoCAD to show a completion of process through the whole thing. Yeah?
Should we add doors and windows in all of it, or just?
Unfortunately, you got to add doors and windows to the exterior because you're going to see exterior stuff. Okay? And in rare cases, you're going to be looking through glass to see interior doors. Like in the bedroom stuff here. Okay? If I happen to be looking through this window, you'll not actually see the walls on the back side. And what a lot of people have done in the years past is they skipped everything on the inside, just did the exterior all the way up. Well, you know, if they are apartments and you are going to do a rendering, your glass is going to be see-through, and there's nothing worse than actually seeing through the window out the back of the thing into the horizon. Okay? So, yes, unfortunately, interior walls, doors, probably going to be necessary in order to give that visual clue that you just didn't do things. Yeah?
You spoke about how we can turn this into anything we want, like stores, for example.
Have fun.
Or a mall. So, like, for the top part, what, like, for example, if I'm making it a mall, I can't have like a kitchen in each thing.
So you're turning it into a what?
A mall, like a shopping mall, for example.
Okay.
Like, do I have to have a kitchen just like how you guys? I can like delete the kitchen, put something else instead. Like add.
Whatever you want in there.
Okay.
Okay? But for the specs, for the client, it's a structure to go into a college town for college students.
Okay.
Which means a couple things. If it is a complete mall, all right, other than being could be for anybody specifically, right? So, in some sense, yes, you can have fun and do what you want with the first level and do the mall stuff, even the second floor if you're really wanting to get a mall feel. But at some point, you're going to have apartments in there, okay? Another question.
It seems like it'd be hard to edit the first floor when you already have the second floor on top. So, like, do you have to make sure that everything is done on the first floor before you go to the second?
Nah, you can go anywhere you want.
You can hide elements.
You can.
In fact, I did the second floor before I did the first.
Mm.
And then all I really did, you all probably want to see how they're arrayed and get one level done and move it up, right? Okay? Which is all I really did. So, okay, once you get one level done, you need these up at least 3 more levels. Come to an elevation. And then you're just going to select around what you want it to array up. You're going to click on it. Now, trust me when I tell you, this array has issues. It works very, very well with walls, doors, windows, and general components, which mean cabinets, bathroom fixtures, those types of things. It is horrible with railings. In fact, it will not work or function properly if you have a railing in there.